Hi friends, hope all are doing well. We have completed a chapter 8, that is human health and diseases, and we are moving on to the next chapter, and the name of the chapter is strategies for enhancement in food production. So chapter number 9, strategies for enhancement in food production. Okay. So in this chapter we will be dealing with animal husbandry, and we will be dealing with today like dairy farm management, poultry farm management, beekeeping, fisheries, animal breeding, plant breeding, single cell protein. Then we will be reading about two methods called as tissue culture and somatic cell hybridization. So without wasting much time, let's move into the topic for today, that is animal husbandry. Okay, we are just going to see some common topics which you already know. Okay, so today's topic is animal husbandry. In that, today we are going to discuss about dairy farm management, poultry farm management, beekeeping and fisheries. Okay, so here we go. What is animal husbandry? Listen, what is animal husbandry? Breeding and raising livestock, okay, of animals. We call it as what? We call it as animal husbandry. Like animal husbandry, as you can see, husbandry, which means like a husband, okay. Like a husband taking care of wife, here we are going to take care of animals, okay. That too, in this animal husbandry, we are going to take scientific methods and all we are going to involve, so that I will be getting a very good production, okay. So we are going to breed animals and raise livestock. So what is livestock? Livestocks are nothing but the animals, okay. So the animals which are used for food production, like buffalo, sheep, cows, camels, etc. are what? The livestock, okay. So here in animal husbandry, we are dealing with breeding and raising livestock, okay. For what? For human consumption. We are the one who is going to consume the food, isn't it? So for human consumption, we are going to breed and raise livestock, okay. So that will be called as what? Animal husbandry, okay. So what are this dealing with? The animal husbandry, what and all they are dealing with, right? So they are dealing with breeding. Breeding means what? In order to get a good yield, obviously I should have a good breed, okay. So what is a breed? Breed is good breed means what? Means it should have some qualities. So what are the qualities? Like it should be high yielding, it should be disease resistant, okay. So these are some of the qualities of a breed of a particular species, particular variety. We call it as a breed, and it is having some good characteristics. Only those breed I will be selecting, okay. So I have to be taking care that I am selecting a good breed. I am rearing them, the male and female, when you are saying breeding, rearing them properly, and that is what this animal husbandry is dealing with. Other than that, you can also find breeding of fowls. Fowls means what? Birds, okay, for production of egg and meat. So that is also the animal husbandry is dealing with. And you can also find like rearing, catching and selling of fish, mollusks and crustaceans, okay. Even the fish, when you are saying the marine animals, okay, so that are also being reared properly. They are catched and they are they are selling them for human consumption, okay. So all those processes which are involved there is also coming under what? It is coming under animal husbandry, okay. Rearing of fishes are coming under what? Animal husbandry, okay. Now first we are moving on to dairy farm management. So the topic is what? Dairy farm management, okay. So what is this dairy farm management? Spelling you should be very particular, okay. So this dairy farm management is that rearing of animals. Usually they are giving us milk or milk products, whichever they are giving. So we are taking care of the same, we are managing the same. We call it as what? Dairy farm management, okay. So dairy farm management of animals for milk and its product, okay. I am managing animals. So obviously what animals, cow, goat, okay, camel, like this, those are giving milk, I am managing them, okay. So for what I am managing? For getting milk or its milk products like butter, cheese, whatever, okay. Fine. So that will be called as what? Dairy farm management, okay. And this dairy farm management is basically dealing with the systems like for improving the quality and quantity, okay. So they want to improve the quality as well as they want to improve the quantity. Okay, so quality means, you know, it should be rich in protein, rich in nutrients, any other nutrients. Okay, and the quantity, the yield should be more, like if it is giving 1000 liters, it has to give more than 1000. Okay, so then in that case the quantity is also good. So like it deals with improving the quality and quantity. Okay, so when you are seeing what are the processes which are involved in this dairy farm management, number one is selection of good breeds. As I've already said, I have to select animals which are good. Okay, I should not select animals which is having some disease, which is not giving us much milk. So if I am selecting those animals, obviously I will be in loss, utter loss, isn't it? So I have to select the breeds, very particularly good breeds. Okay, so some of the characteristics of the good breeds are being listed out. One is what? High yielding. They should give us much amount of milk. Good quality and quantity of milk. High yielding refers to good quantity of milk. Okay, and thereafter it should be disease resistant. It should not get adapt to diseases often. Okay, so that is also very important. Clear? Next, when I am seeing this dairy farm management of livestock, okay, or cows I am having, and how I am going to manage this. Okay, the first thing is that the house, it should be, wherever I am keeping the shed, when you are seeing of the cows, it should be well maintained. Okay, so proper housing should be done, and we have to see to it that the sheds, they should have adequate amount of water supply. Okay, every time the water should be made available. Okay, and when I am feeding them, feeding the cows, okay, for example, I am having 100 cows, now I am going to feed the cows. Just like that, I should not give them anything. I should know what is good for them, and by giving what, I will be getting very good yield. Okay, so like that we will be determining in a scientific manner. We should understand what is good for them, and we have to give that food. Okay, so that the fodder what we are giving is nutritious. By taking that, they are going to give us a good yield. Okay, so it should be of good quality fodder. Okay, I have to test for the quality. It should not be all waste, or what is that? It is having some bad food material, foul smelling, all those things we should take care. Okay, so we should give them good quality as well as good quantity. Only this much only I will give, because I can afford this much. Obviously your yield will also be less. Okay, so the quality as well as the quantity of the food what we are giving to the cows, we should take care, and we should know what is good for them, and that has to be given. Okay, so that is, you know, roughage and concentrates. So you would have learnt in your lower classes. Roughage is the fodder, fiber content, which is much in amount. Along with that, the concentrates, when you are seeing, they are the one pulses or whatever, which is very rich, oil cake or something like that, which is very rich in what? Rich in nutrients. Okay, that in less amount, but we have to give them. Okay, so that the nutritional quality of the milk will be good. Okay, so that is regarding feed, that we have to take care in case if I am having cow. Next is hygiene. I have to maintain what? Proper hygiene. While milking, I am taking out the milk, I should wear gloves, everything, and I should be making myself germ free. Okay, so whatever practices is being carried out there, it has to be carried out. It has to be cleaned very properly. And while milking, we have to take care that we are maintaining in hygienic condition, healthy condition. While storing the milk, the containers and all, that containers are properly well washed, utensils are only we are using, or the containers we are using. Then while transportation also, we have to take care that the hygienic condition is maintained. Here in any places, if the hygienic condition is not maintained properly, then you know the milk will be spoiled. Okay, our total what is that energy what we have spent on that will go a waste. Clear? Yes. Next is regular inspection. Okay, so from health departments you could have seen in many films, people used to visit the farms for inspection. Inspection means they want to see whether the farm is maintained properly, well aerated, well ventilated, food is given properly, the cows or any livestock is not suffering from any disease. All these things they have to take care, and then they used to give a report. Okay, so farm management, dairy farm management, the farms are visited by medical officers in order to check whether it is in hygienic condition or not. That has also to be taken care. Okay, And the last is that regular visit by a veterinary doctor. So veterinary doctor should regularly visit for example monthly once or twice in a month. They have to come and just check it out that whether the farm is maintained in a proper condition. If any means livestock is having any problem, then they have to be taken immediate measures to take care of the health. Okay, so these are the processes which we have to keep in mind when we are going forward. Dairy farm management. Clear? Next, moving on to poultry farm management. Okay. So, poultry farm management is dealing with birds, okay, management of birds in a scientific manner is poultry farm management. So, domesticated fowls used for food or for their eggs, okay. So, we are using this bird either for the meat, okay, we are going to kill them and eat it, or we are going to use it means for their eggs, okay, we are depending on their eggs, so that we will get something to eat. For human consumption, we are raising fowls, or we call it as birds. Okay. Now, what and all we have to see the parameters before moving on to it. This poultry farm management, when you are saying what and all fowls are included usually. Okay. So, it includes hens, ducks, turkey and geese. Okay. So, in this poultry farm management, hens, ducks, turkey, geese and all can be raised. Okay. Now moving on to important parameters that we need to keep in mind when we are going for this poultry farm management. Okay. Number one is selection of disease-free suitable breeds. Yes, the breeds which are having disease, obviously we should not use. We have to go for only breeds which are good. Okay. So that is number one. Breeds has to be taken care. So the birds should be having good qualities, okay, so that the production will be more, they will be growing much in size, their protein content, nutrient content will be more, and they can also produce many number of eggs. Okay, so these qualities we have to check it out, and those only should be raised so that their progenies, okay, their when they are giving birth, the progenies will be also in good condition. Clear? The second is proper food and water. We have to give them proper food, yes, scientifically designed food, as well as we have to give them sufficient water. Okay, water should be made available. Proper and safe condition of the farms, yes. So their hygienic condition has to be maintained. Every day cleaning and all, their feces and all has to be removed. Cleaning should be done. Okay, so that is to be taken care, well ventilated. Okay, spacing should be proper. Everything we have to take care of that poultry farm so that the production will be more and our result will also be good. Okay, hygiene and health care of the birds. So the birds has to be checked whether they are having any issues like during flus and all, especially bird flu and all you would have had, they have to be checked whether the spreading is taking place. In case if one bird or two is affected, immediately it has to be isolated, quarantined, as we nowadays use the term and you are very familiar with. Okay, so we have to quarantine them so that the other birds are not getting affected. Okay, usually the birds are quarantined, they just see whether it is okay or not, or else they used to kill them. Okay, so that the disease is not spreading to the others. Okay, so these things we have to keep in mind while we are going for poultry farm management. Clear?